pas dire, de recevoir M. Wayne Stout, l'une des têtes d'affiche, justement, de Jab Jab. How are you?
Fine, bien, très bien. Wayne Stout.
I've made a big mistake.
No, that's
so
it's
because
big,
I pronounce it in French. Eh?
Okay.
Yeah, I pronounce it in French. You know, I made it in French, Wayne Stout, but in English you said Wayne Stout. Am I right?
Yeah. English, Dutch also, it's Stout.
Stout.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say Wayne Stout.
Yeah.
And then not Wayne Stout.
Not Wayne Stout.
Comment ça va?
Bien, très bien, je pense. Et, how do I say that? Je parle pas français très bien, ça c'est le premier.
Be comfortable with me. I've told you, you're with me.
Oui.
You have to know that my English is not good too. I'm not very comfortable.
Très bien.
So with you, we will play with that. You know, I'm trying to speak with my bad English, and you will speak with your good French.
Not good French. Mais premièrement, je m'excuse, je pense que c'est ça, je m'excuse parce que je ne suis pas bien habillé comme toi.
Oh là là, oh là là, oh là là. Bon, ok, d'accord. Ok. Et je vais vous répondre, vous n'avez pas à vous excuser. Premièrement, vous êtes un artiste. Et vous n'avez même pas besoin de vêtements pour vous exprimer, puisque déjà votre musique, votre art déjà parle de vous-même. Et pour nous, c'est un grand honneur. Alors, c'est un plaisir. I'm so happy to have you with us. On va parler de votre groupe, du groupe Jab Jab. Ce groupe, on l'a vu, je l'ai présenté ici depuis de très nombreuses années. Jab Jab date depuis quand déjà à peu près? When did you start it with this band? All time, long time ago.
C'est plus facile en anglais.
Yeah. Say it.
Not as Jab Jab, not with the name Jab Jab. So I got to New York at the beginning of 1972.
From 1972.
Very, very 3rd or 4th of January or something. From Trinidad. In March of 72, two of my sisters and one of them, their boyfriends, were looking for a party in Brooklyn. It's like 96th Street around there in Brooklyn. They have a lot of basement parties.
Yeah.
We never found the party, but we went into like maybe 4 different parties. One of them had a band. So since we didn't find the party that they were looking for, I said, I'd rather listen to a band. Went into the party. So it was actually Ross on guitar, Andre on rhythm guitar, not bass, on rhythm guitar. There was another bassist, there was a saxophone player and a drummer. And towards the end of the night, someone was saying that they were looking for a drummer. They were getting rid of the guy that was there. So I said, okay, could I do an audition during the week? They said, yes, come down. I auditioned and they said, okay, fine, you're in the band. So we have rehearsals the rest of the week. The next rehearsal, some guy came in and said he had a job for the band. The Friday. So I started playing out with them in a club on the Friday. Not really any rehearsals. So maybe I should have changed my mind then, but I didn't. I stayed with them. So that's when I met them. They were in New York a year and a half before me. I think it's a year and a half before me. So we've been together, name changes. Singers always liked working with us, so we backed up a whole lot of different singers in Brooklyn. We got a call from, I don't know if I should be mentioning, we got a call from some singers here.
In Montreal?
Yeah, actually, because the main guy, he used to live in Brooklyn, and then he moved here. So the group was the Best of the Platters. It was a fake, there are lots of them, but it was a fake Platters group. So that's why we moved to Montreal. They hired us to come, Ross, Andre, and myself. Still not Jab Jab. I can't remember the name we were using then. But we came to work in Montreal, in Quebec, with backing up the Best of the Platters. And we stayed, I think, a year and a half with them, something like that. Then we went back to Brooklyn. came back for another year or something back to Brooklyn. Then we came back up again, and we decided that we were going to stay. Got married and stuff like that. And we stayed.
Life is so interesting.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
At some point,
Sometimes.
I think it was around either 80 or maybe 81, somewhere around there. We decided, no, that's it. We got a keyboard player. We're going to work on our own.
Yeah.
Oh, just before that, we had met Neville Hines, who was a top Jamaican keyboard player and producer and stuff. So we started doing more reggae with him. We didn't have to do a whole lot of Caribbean stuff.
Exactly. That was my next question.
Yeah, we were doing a lot of rock, R&B. When I met Ross and Andre, they were doing Led Zeppelin, a little bit of R&B, a lot of pop rock stuff from the 70s. That's what we were doing.
I was going to ask you that question. When I'm listening to your music, lorsque j'écoute votre musique, j'ai toujours ce sentiment-là de me retrouver évidemment dans les îles. I have that feeling that I'm in the island, but I also have that feeling that it's not a francophone island. I'm not in Jamaica too. The kind of music, the kind of song, what you have, you know, I don't feel myself like in Jamaica. I feel like in somewhere like, I don't know, some other countries, you know, more soft music, more, less aggressive music. Gentle with, the smile music.
Oh.
And I don't know, you were going to tell me, I think I saw you playing music a long time ago, the corner of Atwater and St. Catherine Street, upstairs somewhere. Your band was playing Atwater and St. Catherine. There's a band playing your kind of music that you were playing. Many years ago. But I don't know if
so
you
maybe
remember.
Not us. But I know we played in a lot of places. We played a lot at the Rising Sun.
Rising Sun. So I saw you at the Rising Sun. It was you.
But that's another story.
What year was that? Was what year exactly?
We played during the 80s for over a number of years.
Rising Sun.
And the Rising Sun. But that's
Atwater and St. Catherine.
No,
not far.
The Rising Sun was around Jean-Mance and St. Catherine.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Jean-Mance, the corner of Jean-Mance and St. Catherine.
Yeah, right around there, yeah.
And it burns.
Yeah.
Later.
Yes, it burnt.
Exactly.
But the Rising
That was Doudou Boissel.
Doudou Boissel,
who was in charge.
who had the first jazz festival.
The jazz festival.
Yeah.
Anyway, on va aller maintenant, on a quand même parlé 8 minutes 59, on va présenter à notre public un extrait de votre dernier spectacle pour que les gens voient un petit peu ce que vous faites. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on voit?
Bush Tea,
je vais laisser le choix à notre monteur, à l'expert.
On commence le spectacle avec Bush Tea.
Oui.
Je pense en fait Rev It Up aussi dans le spectacle. J'ai oublié.
C'est pas grave. On va laisser le choix à notre monteur, M. Julio, qui se charge justement de nous balancer quelque chose de très bon. On y va avec Jab Jab.
Oui.
Wake up, mother, it is time to go home. Come on, sister, it is time to go home. The countryside of Grenada, jump into Calypso and Soca when it's time to get the come. For the start of the bacchanal, come on now, don't waste the time. Can we go and call over the airline? Tell the pilot to take too long to drop us in town. There we go, then come on, Sybil, wake up, Tony, take a leg, Mary, stop it down, turn it, be playing, waiting. Have your fun, jump around in the sun. We go jump, spice side and jump. We go jump, fly side and jump. We go jump, fly side and jump. We go jam, yeah man. From the aircraft point, Starlink looking good. Bougainvillea flowers lining the road. It's a plantain on the water. Love it to set from the soca. When the time we be getting down, for the time for the bacana. When we turn in the water, let it take pump up the soca. Cause the device carnival, time for bacana. Let me go then, oh. Come on, Sybil, wake up, Tony. Shake a leg, Mary. Stop it on, turn it. We play waiting. Have your fun. Jump around in the sun. We go jump. Right side and jump. We go jump. Right side and jump. We go jump. Right side and jump. We go jump. Yeah, man. All right, let's get ready to jump. Raise your hand and jump. Raise your hand for the up and jump. Raise your hand and jump. Raise your hand for the up and jump. Raise your hand and jump. Raise your hand for the up and jump. Raise your hand and jump. Raise your hand. By silence, jump. By silence, jump. By silence, jump. By silence, jump. Meet me at the nutmeg. We gon' have a good time when we jamming in there, huh? We love international. Everybody, by silence, jump. We go jump them down. Hey. By silence, jump. Jump up, jump along. By silence, jump. By silence, we have been a good time. Waking up with waistline. Jamming in the hall. Watch out, watch out now. Everybody, by silence, jump. 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 Yeah. By silence, jump. Merci beaucoup. In the street, something got your feet jumping a crazy beat. Rebels everywhere, jumping like they don't care. Care everywhere. See them marching up their bed. See them walking on their way. See them jumping all around. See them whining to the groove. they don't care. Painted everywhere. Red lights everywhere. Jumping like they don't care. Chaos everywhere. See them marching up the place. See them walking up their ways. See them jumping all around. See them whining to the ground. Pull it down. Chaos, 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 chaos. Chaos in the street. Chaos, 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 chaos. Chaos everywhere. Where say that? Let's wave them flags and rights. Here we go. Wave your flag, wave your rock, wave your flag up and get your man. Wave your flag, wave your rock, wave your flag up and get your man. Wave your flag, wave your flag, wave your rock up and get your man. Wave your flag, wave your rock, wave your flag up and get your man. See them marching up the place. See them walking up their ways. See them jumping all around. See them whining to the ground. Chaos everywhere, chaos, and they don't care. And boom, goes to town. Red lights everywhere, jumping like they don't care. Chaos everywhere. See them marching up their place. See them walking up their ways. See them jumping all around. See them whining to the ground. Wave that to the audience flag. Wave it. Wave your flag up and lift your man. Wave that to the flag. Wave your flag up and lift your man. Wave your flag. Wave your rock. Wave your flag up and lift your man. Wave your flag. Wave your flag. Wave your one more time. Wave your flag. Wave your rock. Wave your flag up and lift your man. Wave your flag. Wave your flag. Wave your flag up and lift your man. Wave your flag. Wave your rock. Wave your flag up and lift your man. Wave your flag. Wave your rock. Wave your flag up and lift your man. Chaos everywhere. Chaos in the streets. Chaos everywhere. Chaos in the streets.
Madame, Monsieur, bonsoir. Ici Henri Ngaka. Ne ratez surtout pas nos prochaines émissions présentées à Ici Télévision depuis Montréal. Ça va causer.
Alors Wayne, je reviens à vous. Nous sommes toujours en ondes à Ici Télévision et je précise que M. Wayne Stout est une des têtes d'affiche du groupe Jab Jab. Qu'est-ce qui se passe avec le groupe après de nombreuses années? Quels sont vos projets d'avenir? On sort de la période de coronavirus. Jab Jab se produit très souvent. On vous voit partout. We saw you everywhere. So what is going on with, Jab Jab after all these festivals?
So now we're, on essaie prendre des bookings pour l'année prochaine. So I'm trying hard for that. Festivals, some clubs, whatever we have, just trying to work more for next year. We're starting to prepare songs for another album. It's not, we don't have exactly the songs that we're going to do. We have a bunch of songs and we're going to choose and then whittle them down to whatever, maybe 12, 13 for another album, but we might do that like next year or year after. But that's the plan.
Dans votre musique, une des questions que je voulais vous poser et je n'arrivais pas à bien la formuler, est-ce que votre musique à l'époque, when you started with the other brothers from West Indies, est-ce que votre musique était-elle différente? C'est ça ma question, de la musique reggae. Vous faites un genre musical, ça vous fait sourire, mais j'aime bien comprendre. Est-ce que votre musique, on ne la définit pas comme étant de la musique reggae? Elle est autre chose. Quand j'écoute la musique des pays comme Sainte-Lucie, comme Trinidad-Tobago, par exemple, et que j'écoute la musique jamaïcaine essentiellement basée sur le reggae, je vois une différence. Je ne parle pas ici du soca et d'autres rythmes comme tels, mais il y a une différence. Est-ce que c'est ce que vous faites, vous?
Okay, I'll try to be, we don't have much more time,
It's
right?
okay, go.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'll have to include the Rising Sun in there too.
Exactly.
Okay, so I should have mentioned it before. So Ross and Andre, they're brothers from Grenada. Grenada is only like 60 miles to the north of Trinidad.
Yeah.
So I'm from Trinidad. So in Trinidad especially, almost half the population is of Indian descent.
Okay.
This is after slavery. The British needed people to work, so they brought in people from India. It was one of their colonies. So there's an Indian influence in Trinidad. We're right next to Venezuela.
Okay.
So there's an influence of Venezuelan music.
Which is Latino.
Which is Latino.
Yeah.
We were a British colony, so we had top of the pops, British. There were 3 bases during the war.
3 bases?
U.S.
in
bases
Trinidad.
in Trinidad during the war.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's left over. I mean, I was born after the war. But there was a radio, when I was, maybe up until I was maybe 8, there was a radio station on one of the bases. Anyway, so we got American music, R&B, country, whatever. We got British music. There's an Indian influence. We got stuff from Venezuela.
I see.
Ross and Andre are just 60 miles away. So they picked up stations from Trinidad, sometimes from Venezuela. So that's in us. That's what we've been hearing since we were able to listen to music. So now, starting Jab Jab, when I met them, they were playing mostly rock. They loved the Beatles and stuff. So I met them in Brooklyn. They were doing Beatles songs, Led Zeppelin, a little bit of R&B. At some point, and I can't remember if it was in Brooklyn or maybe it was in Brooklyn, we decided that even though we were playing for people of the Caribbean, we decided that we should have a repertoire of Caribbean songs. So at any time anyone asks for something, we can play it.
Okay.
So we had, I think it's 3 or 4 reggae songs in there. This was in the 70s. 3 or 4 reggae songs. We had maybe 3 or 4 calypsos plus a calypso medley, Sparrow, or stuff from the 60s, Drunk and Disorderly and all of that. That we have a Sparrow medley. Just in case. If you ask us to play it today, we can still play those. So, but as soon as we moved along, we played the Platters stuff. We went through all the top 40 at that time. We ended up playing, like I said before, Neville Hines. He's still alive in Jamaica, still producing and stuff. So he got us to back up a whole lot of Jamaican guys. We did a club, it's no longer there. It was up on St. Hubert, just above Jean Talon. We did that for maybe a year. Every weekend, there's a singer coming in. Rehearsal Friday afternoon, we do the show Friday night, we do the show Saturday night. Next weekend, another singer comes in. It's like 20 songs that we're learning every weekend. We went through that. Sometimes it's a bit R&B, but mostly Jamaican. So we had to learn we just learned it. We're musicians.
You're musicians.
We just learned it. We worked with we work with the Haitian guys here in Montreal. We work with a lot of other Jamaicans too. Lorraine Klassen.
Yeah.
Yaya Diallo. We did some stuff with Yaya Diallo, Roro Daiti, Emeline Michel. Andre did a tour with Robert Charlebois.
Moi puis chanter en Creole, li jamais chanter en Creole.
I did a year tour with Joanne Blouin. I did, I don't know, maybe a couple of years or something, plus one album with Karen Young, who's more kind of jazzy, kind of. We've worked with a lot of different people and always come back to Jab Jab. So when you said that you're hearing something different in Jab Jab, it's not completely
true.
Caribbean. It's because of that.
Okay. Now, my last question, because we have almost 16 minutes of interview. That's very good. We talk a lot. I'm going to ask that in French. J'ai eu cette impression que Jab Jab, I was under the impression that Jab Jab was s'intégrer vraiment à la société québécoise. You made a video. And you remember that video? Yeah. Cabane à sucre. They had foods like people call it les oreilles de Christ. A lot of food there, and you see people dancing, and Jab Jab was there.
Cette vidéo,
oui,
c'est le choix de le directeur that we do.
We saw you on a restaurant Yes. And then
somewhere close to the shoot or somewhere.
Exactly.
There. Mais vraiment, ça, c'est le choix de le directeur, la personne qui fait le vidéo.
Oui,
parce que on paye une petite compagnie pour faire le vidéo. So that one was her choice. That director was Iranian.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she's still here in Quebec.
Yeah.
The first girl to get up and dance is still a big fan of Jab Jab, but she lives in Sutton. We used to, actually I was in Sutton on Saturday. So we used to play in Sutton a lot, and we liked how she was dancing, and we said, okay, if ever we're doing a video, we're going to get you to come.
Exactly.
So that's why she was there. The very first girl in the video, I think she slams her hand down.
If you don't mind.
And then gets up.
We're going to show that video now, in our show now.
Yeah.
On peut trouver ça facilement dans YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the title of that video?
It is
Anyway,
Montréal, c'est une île.
Montréal, c'est une île.
C'est pas. Ça, c'est des mots.
Des phrases. Anyway, on y va tout de suite là avec la vidéo de Jab Jab. Merci.
Soca. Oh, I can't remember now. Oh no, I can't remember the name of it.
C'est pas grave.
But it's something soca.
Merci beaucoup, Enzo.
Okay.
Merci.
C'est un grand plaisir.
Merci. Bonne fin de journée.
La semaine passée, à faire de la musique dans un pâté québécois. J'ai commencé doucement, question de politesse. J'avais pas exactement ce qu'ils attendaient de moi, mais j'ai vite compris quand une jolie demoiselle nous a fait irruption au milieu d'une chanson, tout en disant: qu'est-ce que c'est que vous jouez? Arrêtez de nous niaiser. Donnez-moi soca, donnez-moi soca. Laissons-nous emporter par le rythme endiablé. Donnez-moi soca, donnez-moi soca. N'oubliez pas, montréalais du ville. Donnez-moi quelque chose d'un style. Elle est restée sur la scène pour tout contrôler, faisant signe au batteur, mettre tout son énergie. On a lâché 10 oiseaux qui veulent affronter pour nous occuper du rythme. Olé, olé. Elle a crié: Yaman, c'est ça qu'il me faut. Ce soir on va danser, on ne rentre pas faire dodo. Non, non. Qu'est-ce que c'est que vous jouez? Arrêtez de nous niaiser. Donnez-moi le soca, donnez-moi le soca. Laissons-nous emporter par le rythme endiablé. Donnez-moi le soca, donnez-moi le soca. N'oubliez pas, montréalais du Nil. Donnez-moi quelque chose d'un style. Ah oui, ah. La soirée s'est transformée en carnaval. Tout le monde était levé, bougeant, dansant. Olé, 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 main, elle insistait. Tout en remuant les hanches. Olé, olé. Faites monter le volume, enlevez les tables. C'est un soca party, envoyez les gars.